So reverse xenophobia. It's funny how, man, you know what I'm saying, you're looked upon. It's not funny, but reverse xenophobia. You have to slavery and be like, oh, everybody has imperialism. And so if you're not white or Caucasian, right? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, how is it that immigrants can watch do the right thing and be like, and you know, and still remember two slices and stuff and all this? And then, and then a garbage can through the window and stuff like that, and all this other stuff. When this other stuff, when you just get fed up with its so-called tolerance, you're like, you know what I'm saying? You just had it up to here with tolerance. I'm like, you know what? You know what? Why is it gonna be like it's a whole thing? Cities like these so-called cities, like even as metaphysical right now, so-called melting pot cities and stuff like that. Have its own separation, have its own separation and stuff like that, and have what it is and stuff. And so everybody's like, everybody goes through. Like, everybody goes. If you come here, you go through the whole skull thing, the whole whatever it is, you know what I mean, like the thing of like wanting to know the exact truth of lies on lies, and like, you know, they get to levels of like either you go homeless, you go for broke and go homeless, or you like get to a point where like forget about it, I'm done, or you just kind of like succeed at it, and you're just kind of like you just kind of just go with it because you have like the predisposition of autism, you know what I mean, where you're like a cannonball and you have to keep going forward. That's like trying to get off a block when you can't. And it's like
they're not even hiding is
like it's not so much a good or bad thing, but it's just a thing where it's like you know what, you have to keep giving out cheap knowledge, and you have to keep reminding people it's not cheap, you know what I'm saying, because if you really have to apply it, you won't remember it if it's that cheap
in America
and stuff like that.
People's willingness to give
and
voice to things.
So they're like, oh, they say they pinhole a city. Like, for example, they pinhole a city like Sacramento, like where it's like breakfast is the whole idea. You know, say you say it breezy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, man, how did the cushion get so be a cushion zone for where it's like there's injustices where.
Remember or
it's
think
like,
about what do you hope people are,
you know, endless visualizations, endless 3-day notice type deals. And like, look here, man, I don't give a damn you think you're fair or not. I was like, why you gotta throw books in the ground? Why you gotta do all this other stuff? Why can't you just be regular? Why you gotta be here? I mean, I didn't ask to be put on bonds program when I got here. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say your property value was gonna go up when I got here. When you said you had to put me on bonds program because your property value was gonna go up when I got here. And stuff like that.
Getting behind this guy.
But you know what? You said talk about 3-day notice, then you talk about you doing a transfer. You talking about transatlantic. You talking about doing a transfer because you're not gonna sit up here and say someone doesn't have rights who's been paying someone paying the housing rate, the housing monthly monthly rent every month, and say we can give you 3 days to get your shit and get out.
All bets are off.
Even when I learned from a guy from a so-called guy from around here, I was talking about segueing without Spike Lee.
On immigration,
you know, so you can't do that. That was Spike Lee.
Family meeting.
Busy.
Well, I'm going to T-Mobile.